ThousandIslandsDiscGolf.com brings you a Flyboy Canada First Class full flight conversation with Anastasios, Brian, and Greg. We're talking about living the disc golf life in Brockville, from the joys of being on the courses in our backyard to digging into that community that surrounds them. Come, join us as we unbag all that's waiting for you to experience.
Anastasios, can't tell you, man, what a theme song, what a fantastic tune.
Right.
It's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
When did you guys get the guys together to put that up?
I think it's maybe been a week since it all happened. It was one of those things where I had we've kind of messed around with that kind of feel before live. We had a song called it was called Stuntman Stan, and I played the bossa nova beat, and the guys came in, and we on the breaks we would go Stuntman Stan because the guy was doing stunts at one of the shows we were playing. Anyways, one night I was just thinking, we're talking about the podcast. It'd be nice to have some music, and all of a sudden I thought it's be a really good idea to do that same kind of thing, but go disc golf, yeah. So honestly, like I called Randy up. I told him exactly, what I wanted to do, and he's like, "What?" And I go, "Want to do that bossa nova thing, but go disc golf, yeah." And he goes, "What?" And I go, "Disc golf, yeah." And he recorded it on his phone, and an hour later, that's God bless Randy. He's amazing. Anyone knows he is. But we're in his studio, and we cut the beat first. We gave Doug a call. 5 minutes later, he's there. He plays the guitar lick. Randy throws the bass on, and there you go. You have a hit song, and it took no time. In 2 hours, it was a hit song.
It's great, man.
Yeah. It was, and honestly, it was so much fun to do. Like we laughed so much. That's the nice thing about playing with your buddies, and it was just a great moment. It's awesome. One of those things.
Let's unbag Helianor for a little bit. Tell us about it, because you guys are like an institution here. What's this history?
I think those guys, they've been together for 30 years. They've been doing it for so long. I'm fortunate enough, I think I moved to the area about 10 years ago. So, through a friend, thankfully, I hitched my horse to their trailer, whatever the saying is. And it's been great. Those guys they're just nice guys. And like being in the music business for such a long time, they're not all like that. So I'm very fortunate to play with my good friends. They're just a great band. It's good music, and we never really play the same thing twice ever. You know what I mean? It's always new and fresh, which makes me very happy. I love those guys. Yeah, I love them. I love you, Randy. Thanks for everything, buddy. You too, Doug.
Get a little pump in there.
Yeah.
But how long you guys been? So how long you been with Helianor, and like how, just what's how would you classify Helianor as a party band?
I think I think party band's not a bad thing to say. I think a fun band. I think the other thing I like about it is there's never a set list. You look at the crowd, and you decide what you're going to play that night, and that's what I think. That's what people. I think you're not going to see the same show twice, and being local, I think that's a hard thing to do. So I think we take pride in that fact, and I think it takes Randy and Doug are just fantastic musicians, so they have the ability to do so, and I'm lucky enough that they haven't kicked me out yet.
Hey,
they're trying. I think I'm a little bit nervous after disc golf. Yeah, I don't know, man.
But playing to the crowd is probably the best thing you can do to make a great show.
That's why people are there, right?
Yeah.
You can't lose sight of that, and that's hopefully we've I think the fact that a lot of the same people are coming out to the shows that really don't have to. If I wasn't playing, I wouldn't be at a show. So it's we get repeat traffic, and it's a lovely thing.
Greg, how many times have you seen Healy Noor play?
I don't even know. It's been so many years. I'm born and raised in the Brockville area, so they've just always been there. Right? I see them in different places, festivals, bars.
Yep.
They're everywhere.
Cool, man.
Yeah, it's a great time. It's an absolutely fantastic time. I know that if I've seen you guys play like 4 times or something. Saw you play this New Year's Eve at the Legion. That was pretty fantastic.
That was fun.
That's a great thing about the show is that it's you're not demanding people's attention, but everybody's having a great time and always dancing, always jamming.
Right. Yeah. If you can get people dancing, that's why you do it, right? So especially playing the drums, that's what you want to see. So it happens a lot, and that's nice.
And how many shows a year are you doing with them?
Oh, that's a good question. I think we're pretty active through the summer, so 40 to 50. I don't think that's too crazy to say. Maybe if it was a call-in show, Randy would be like, "What the hell are you talking about, man?" But it's oh my gosh, like I feel very fortunate that I'm so as active. It's great. We're through the summer, through the spring, through the summer. We're playing almost every weekend for sure. And there's a trip to Punta Cana coming up March 15th that we're doing.
That's nuts.
I know music.
You're doing a Healy Noor trip to Punta Cana.
It's the first one ever to celebrate the 30 years. So I think it's going to be a success. It already is, and I think we'll just build off of that.
And are you taking any roadies with you?
No, I can't afford one. No, I have to pack up my own stuff. I used to have an assistant.
You don't have to if you bring me.
Oh, there you go. Of course. What was I thinking? Yeah, you're in, man.
Well, now that answers my question about how does the 2025 schedule look for you? A Punta Cana trip, and that is, and for celebrating 30 years, that's amazing.
I think it's really it all lined up, and away we go.
Unbelievable.
Maybe.
All right, so let's switch gears here. Yeah. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
That's
but
okay.
This has got to work into disc golf a little bit here.
It does. I was going to say, hopefully in Punta Cana, there's maybe I'll bring a basket.
Oh, it's a tough. It's a tough. I'll give you some land targets you can bring.
Yeah, let's do it.
That you can pack in your suitcase. The Prodigy gave me a long time ago.
Sweet.
But all right, so let's move on. So Healy Noor did our theme song, which is fantastic. We love it. There's a reason they did that, and that's because you have become obsessed with disc golf.
Right. Yeah.
When did that start?
You know what? I look back at my photos, and it happened April 9th. 2020.
You actually got it.
I got a photo, right? So thank God for photos, right? I have it's so funny, man. I have a picture of my dog Lucky and my dog Franklin with there's a green Mako in between them. The Mako 3. Yeah. So that's my recollection of when it all started. I love it, man. Yeah.
How'd you
well, you know what? I just, I seem to go back and forth from city to small town. So I was living in Ottawa for a while, so I just decided to come back to the Brockville area. I've lived here for so long. Healy Noor here, so I have an apartment that's ridiculously close to the 13th hole in Brockville. So I just was walking the dogs out there, and I saw the baskets, and this looks cool, so I grabbed walked the dogs, went back, dug out a regular frisbee.
What a trip.
Oh my God, right? It's like I have this frisbee, and the wind took it. I got close enough to the basket, and I thought I threw a putt. I don't know what it was, but and the frisbee the basket threw it out. It was just spun it. I'm like, this can't be right. Next time I was walking the dogs, I saw some other people playing. Realized that it's not a frisbee, right? So I ordered a few discs. I think off of Amazon, a starter set, and got those. Watched a couple videos, and every time I would walk the dogs, I'm out there with discs, and just slowly and steady. You guys see that smile on my face. I love it, man. I love it. It's just been such a beautiful thing to do it alone. It's connected me with, friends. I'm closer to a lot of people than I haven't been in a long time. Did I say this already? I'm out there with the dogs. Like, I'm just fortunate enough. Everything, happy accident, really. I walk out there, I find this thing, and it's been, there's been a lot of rounds since, and a lot of discs. And I already have a rack, man. It's crazy.
Another sucker is born.
Yeah.
That's the enthusiasm when you get into this game, right?
It's,
and then you pass it along to everyone else, and
right.
You've brought other people in, and
right.
like you got Doug into the game.
Doug's he's hardcore already, man. Yeah, we were just out today. Like he's an amazing golfer, like one of those guys, like just a natural athlete, and like. I express my joy for this sport anytime we're driving to any shows. I'm like, just disc golf. It used to be about like drummers and music. Now it's just disc golf, right? So it still is a lot about music. But anyways, so I talked to him about it. Finally, got him out for a round, and he loved it right out of the get go. 5 rounds in, like he's pretty good already, man. Like he threw a beautiful drive off of 16 today, which was just like, oh, dude, you got it. I saw the joy in his face. So,
he does 16 on Flyboy Canada.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure we'll talk about that course a lot because that's what really got me into the course, into the sport as well. It's a beautiful chunk of land, man. What a beautiful thing we have here in Brockville. I can't. Yeah, it just pumped me up. It's really good.
It sounds like you've got Randy reeled in there, or Doug reeled in there.
Doug is in.
What about Randy?
Randy's too busy. He's busy in the studio answering calls, like when he gets from me, like, man, we got to do this song called Disc Golf. Yeah. Yeah. He spends his time. He's got his studio and stuff, so that's his disc golf, right? He's constantly working on music projects. As he should be. He's a gifted guy.
Well, 2/3 of Helianor isn't bad.
That's pretty good.
Not a bad start. It's pretty good.
Randy, I think, knows deep down inside, like, if he starts, he's going to be... Yeah, if Doug's into it, look out, right? So he's staying away. Yeah.
We love this theme song, man. It's fantastic. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with it. Any chance you're going to be playing it live?
Oh, for sure. Oh yeah.
And just get the whole section of disc golfers over the corner, like chant, like battle cry.
If I see any of the gang or any of you guys, it'll be like, I'll just start. All I have to do is start that beat.
Yeah.
I learned a bossa nova for a reason, and this is it, right? So I'll start that beat. They'll jump in, and it's not that long. It's great.
Well, man, again, thanks a lot. That's great.
Yeah, so much fun.
And, we have so much more to talk about. And when we come back, we're going to unbag some winter disc golf in Brockville.
Disc golf, yeah.
All right, man. The temperatures have been freezing. It's winter time. So disc golf is a thing in the winter. Let's start with this first question. What is your threshold of playing disc golf? What temperature where it keeps you in the house and you do not go outside?
Okay. Well, I'll answer that one. I played a few rounds this year. I think we decided, our group decided, -7. -7.
That's the number.
That's it. That's it. It's like, it's just a little bit too cold. If there's some wind happening, that 7 feels like it's 9 or 10. -7. That's it for me. And that's been tried and tested all winter long.
I'm not temperature. It's the wind.
Yeah.
And it depends who's going. Am I going by myself? Am I going with friends? Right. What's the competition out there? That makes a difference, because if it's -10 and the right people are going, I'll be there. If it's -3 and I've got a couple hours by myself, it's too cold.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, I enjoy winter disc golf. I think it's great, but for me, and I work at Henderson Printing, and I deal with paper all day long, and that dries out the hands, and the hands start cracking. And then when you get outside and you're in frigid cold, it just literally rips the fingers apart.
Right.
So that's really what's kept me away over the last couple of this year so far, is that the cold has been real cold. It hasn't been like today's a great day. And tomorrow is a fantastic day. You talk about 2 or 3 degrees or whatever. Yeah. Tomorrow might see me out there playing for sure, because it's been a while and I'm itching to play. And I don't mind playing in real cold, or I don't mind playing in the cold. I love playing winter disc golf. I think it's great. But like I said, I mean, just it does take a beating on the hands, and hands are your tools, and it's pretty tough to do. So.
Yeah.
So here's the question. So you're playing without gloves or mitts?
100%. 100%. I can't do it with mitts.
Anastasios?
No gloves. No gloves. I got to feel that disc, man. It doesn't matter on the temperature. I have like I think I learned from, I can't remember her name. She's a player, and she said she got herself some of those USB rechargeable hand warmers. So I got some of those. You pack a couple of those, and I can't throw with a glove on. It's always my fingers must be in contact with disc.
I'm pretty well bare hand as well, but I've seen a young player out there, I think, throwing in mitts, and throws better than I do.
Oh, that's Mr. Rooney's boy, eh?
Yes, it is.
With mitts, and he's chucking it.
Oh, he's out chucking me.
Oh, wow.
Well, I mean, that's the amazing thing about winter disc golf. I mean, it's the conditions, it's the way things play. I mean, we talk about because of snow and everything else, you should ribbon up your discs and literally put duct tape and a 4-foot long ribbon. Right. And people are like, well, why do you do that? And I said, well, if you got light snow, the disc will literally fly into the snow, hit the ground, and cut roll. So that ribbon helps you find that disc. Yeah. But then the follow-up question is, well, how does that affect flight? And my answer is, what does it matter? You're wearing 7 layers of clothes. Right. You're standing on a tee box. You're not doing a run up of any kind. You know what I mean? You're basically doing everything from a standstill. So that ribbon doesn't have any effect at all whatsoever. It's like, get that disc out there and let it fly.
That's a good point. That's exactly it.
So ribbon up your disc, folks. If you're going to play, you don't want to be losing discs in the middle of winter.
But someone's going to call you. There's one guy in our group, Kevin, and he has the ribbons on, and his nickname now is Ribbons. Old Ribbons. There he is.
Right on. Yeah. So just before Christmas, Prodigy came out with a new plastic line called Ultra Soft, which is extremely flexible. You guys know all about it. It's pretty gummy. It's a lot like the Frost line that's been out from Latitude 64 for quite some time. It's very gummy and rigid. What is your take on your favorite winter plastics?
Yeah, for me, I love my PA5, the 400 Ultra Soft. I like that one a lot. It just feels good in the hand, I guess, no matter what the temperature is. That's I think my go-to right now. I didn't know about the Latitude that they made a similar soft plastic, because I love my Fuse. I have a regular weighted one and a lighter one, and now to know that there's that soft one too. The Frost, right?
It's called Frost.
Yeah. That's probably, I'll check that one out. What about you guys?
Oh, I stick by my woodchuck. It's sticky in the hand even when it's cold.
Oh yeah, my woodchuck is white, so I love that disc too. You got me onto that one, which I use it all the time. It's bailed me out of a lot of situations. Mine is just white, so I haven't used it. Sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I've got 2 woodchucks, and the one that I've got all beat in, I don't like to throw in the winter.
That's the Elastic Flex, I think it's called.
Is that what it is? Yeah. And I don't want to lose it, and I haven't put any ribbon on it yet. So, but I do have for Christmas, my son gave me some of those little pads that I can stick on that comes with an app so that I can beep it to find it. So nice. I just got to decide which. He gave me 2 of them. I got to decide which discs, and I think for winter golf, it could help.
Yeah, well, there's a bunch of different discs out there, for winter. I mean, Innova uses the G-Star plastic, which is pretty good. Yeah. I think the Daredevil, has long had the elastic, and then the next one I think is called Grip Performance, which is like the Polar Bear and mid ranges. That's probably more my vibe. It's It's a little bit grippier. It's not as bouncy as your elastic.
It doesn't feel as cold, the woodchuck.
Right.
But there's plenty of different plastics you can play with. My favorite is Air Spectrum, the Prodigy Air Spectrum line.
In the winter.
In the winter. I think that when they came out with that, it was just, again, coming down to, your limited play. I actually even enjoy the lightness because they're lighter discs as well. Right. So when you are stuck with that standstill play, you get more out of your disc. And there's something really weird about that Air Spectrum plastic that you can handle a lot of torque like a regular full weight disc.
Right.
But I don't have to work as hard, man.
Yeah, well, that's what you want at the end of the day. Yeah, I love my Air Spectrum, the M4. I love it. It was interesting that you say that in the winter. I find like my M4 it's just a little bit too stiff for me this time of year.
Right.
Come springtime, look out M4, the Air Spectrum.
Yeah, well, and it also comes down to the actual disc too.
Well,
I mean, you got the like the F7 or the F5 or the F3 in Air Spectrum to me are just mint. It's just like they do exactly what they're supposed to do, and it's just a great plastic. It's great stuff.
You told me early in the game it's how it feels in your hand,
Mm-hmm.
right? So whatever season it is, that's exactly it. So for you, that Air Spectrum in the winter, that's gold, right?
Absolutely, yeah,
nice.
For sure.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what's good about the winter? You've got more open lines than when all the leaves are out in the summer.
Right.
Yeah.
It actually looks more open out there.
Yeah.
It's maybe more forgiving.
True.
I see it for sure. The other thing to talk about with winter disc golf is the sun going down. So obviously we've got to talk about glow a little bit. And I got to tell you, I'm very impressed, very, very impressed with Innova's Champion Proto Glow that came out this year. There's been this ongoing conversation about what glow needs to be, how it's supposed to be, whether it's duration or the illumination of it.
Right.
And Casaplast and MVP pretty much have run the whole, really were the top runners in this stuff. But this Innova Proto Glow stuff is unbelievable. I mean, every night in the shop when I turn off the lights, I mean, it just pops and it lasts forever.
Right.
For the price point that you can get it at, it's like $8 cheaper than Casaplast or MVP. It's got my guarantee. It's unbelievable stuff. I mean, the only downside is whether or not you like the molds that they're in, right? But even their DX plastic, the putter, the rock, and the AVR.
Yeah.
It's a lower base plastic, and it doesn't pop as much as the Champion Glow, but it's got the duration, so it stays solid.
It does. I have a stack of those that I keep on the corner of my couch underneath like just a regular lamp, and it's like those things. It's my nightlight.
What's your glow status?
I do not have a decent glow disc right now. I've already put in my order, and I said I'm coming to get one, and I haven't yet. Actually,
what did you order?
No, I haven't ordered it yet. But Brian, what's my choice?
If he's going with he's probably going to. I see him getting a Valkyrie for sure.
Oh, yeah.
He's a sidearm thrower, so the Leopard 3 might be a little too unstable for him. There's some big drivers there. I don't really understand the whole concept of big speed drivers on winter disc golf, but I think that if he's looking at like a Mako 3, an AVR, and probably a Valkyrie to get him going.
Well, in winter golf, I definitely want to be able to see where it lands, so I don't want to throw too far.
It's crazy how it glows, though, man. I'm telling you, it's insane, absolutely insane. So going back to winter disc golf, it's quite a different experience to go out and it's still a hike with a purpose, whether it's in the summertime or in the wintertime. And I find that it's interesting that there's a lot of people out there who are just starting out in the wintertime playing disc golf because their whole summer months are occupied by things that they been so used to doing, whether it's traditional golf or or soccer or everything else, that they don't really have the time to share. Even you get a little freaked out with your touch football league and everything else and not being able to get it there. So
I miss like 10 weeks of disc golf because of that.
Exactly. And I think that there's I know a couple guys who basically just play winter disc golf because they're golfing all traditional golf all year long.
I think maybe Doug will be that kind of guy. Like, he's an amazing golfer. So, when golf season, comes around, he'll. I don't think I'll see him as much.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what it is. I had such a great day on the course though today. Like, it was a beautiful day. So I mean, it's if you can get anyone out there at any time of year, I think it's not a bad thing to do. Beautiful day.
Is it slower play in the winter, do you think?
Well, it's a good question. I mean, it's tough to play a full-on course in the wintertime. It's, the more chance of losing your discs, et cetera, et cetera. So I see a lot more people tending to enjoy shorter courses, like simple par threes or whatever, where they're, especially where everything is right there. All this assets are right there. The parking lot is right here. Right, and it's right beside, plenty of parking. We get out, we go play, and we come back, and we're done, kind of thing. But so because of that, playing shorter courses, you can, do a quicker round for sure, right? I mean, would you rather be committed to 2 hours or an hour and a half versus 45 minutes?
No, I'm more of a speed disc golfer, but
don't mess with him. He's cruising, man.
The hand warmers though, you put your mitt. I like to wear the mitts, keep the hand warmer in there, and then take it off to throw. Get my hand right back in there.
Yeah.
I'm the ultimate. Keep the hands in the best shape they can be, especially after this.
So with that, I mean, in Brockville, you've got some, great short courses to play. You got Wiser's 3 and the Funnel. For those who don't want to take on Flyboy Canada 1, there's the Hill, which is its own challenges. I mean, it's not just the cold there. It's the wind. The wind is exceptionally brutal on the hill. And Laurier Hill. But with all these courses, we do have to keep in mind that when snow comes, sledders come out, especially on the hill and on 16 on Flyboy Canada 1.
It happens.
And sometimes you just got to skip a hole, man.
Right. Or wait a really long time. Until the course is clear.
But you got to wait the time. Really.
Share the space.
Share the space, exactly. Yeah. It's hard to... it's hard to argue the point, but everybody needs to find their joy, right? And everybody doing their own thing, and we live in a world where a kid just can't wait to get out and go sledding, and there you go.
Well, even in summer and winter, you got the dog walkers as well, right?
That's right.
You're seeing them out there. You're sharing the area.
That's it.
And that reminds me that when we installed some signage on Wiser's 3 in the fall, we put in a T sign, and nobody would have imagined that where the T pad was just over this slight hill. It's very slight hill, very small hill.
Toboggan Alley?
What's that?
Is it like Toboggan Alley? Is that the...
you can call it whatever you like, but basically we got an email from a resident nearby, and we had just installed the signs, and we had gotten our first snowfall, and they were like, "Oh my goodness!" The kids just loved this, and I don't think they were talking about 10-year-olds or 11-year-olds or anything like that. I think they were talking about a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old, the kid's first foray down a 10-foot hill.
The bunny hill.
This is a first-timer hill.
Hill.
Bunny hill.
Exactly. Yeah. And we put it right bang there.
Post and sign.
Post and sign right there.
How are you going to know, though? Right?
But this is just it. We normally we would know, but we didn't. We didn't think that went
this
through.
This crossed over to another sport, and we weren't aware of it.
Yeah. And so when we got the email, our response was very simply and immediately, "It will be gone. It will be gone ASAP." Because, again, bringing disc golf to people's life is supposed to be a joy, and we're not here to take away other people's smaller joys. So anybody who's out there who's looking for the T sign of 9 on Wiser's, well, it's come back in the spring.
Nice.
All right. And when we come back, I'm going to talk to Greg about his signs.
Disc golf, yeah.
So Greg saved up all his allowance for a new toy this year. That greatly benefited our disc golf community.
Did it benefit? Because every time I see that Mando arrow, I don't know what to do. I think of you every time. All the signs look amazing, man. I know how hard you've worked on them. My question is, like, how did you even think of getting into 3D printing?
It was my son. He said, "Mom and Dad, you should get a 3D printer. You'd have fun with it." Of course, we laughed, and yeah. Anyway, in the end, when he sent me the info and I looked at the price of it, and I thought, it's a toy. And really, that's what it was. We knew, because, I mean, the first thing we printed was, well, I say we, but it's really only been me. My wife hasn't been involved much except with commenting on the things I make.
She might listen to this, eh?
Well, the first
Maybe,
thing,
I don't know.
the first thing we made was a shark-shaped bottle opener that didn't work. And I just kind of looked at my wife and I said, well, that's a $300 bottle opener right there that doesn't work. But then I made something else.
You got a bottle opener made out of plastic would work.
It came for free with it. The design was there. They wanted me to make it. So then they had this other little
So that you would break it and make it again and break it and make it again and break it.
So they had another free one on there, right? I didn't know what I was doing. I just started with whatever they gave me, and the next one was this little keychain, and I made that. And I said to her, look at it this way. Now the keychain is only $150 and the bottle opener is only $150. So each item I made brought the unit price down. So now that I've done a lot for the disc golf, the unit prices come way down.
Yeah, absolutely. And so one of the, like, we'll get into the actual directional signs and everything else, because I mean you've done tons. I mean, absolutely tons and tons, and it's really helped the course. But one of the funnest things you made was a rocket, and we put that on the wall on hole 11, and it's been smashed not once, twice, is it 3 times?
Probably
now?
3 times. But the good
But you
news,
keep making them.
So the good news is I've rebuilt one of them. I don't. This is the glow in the dark one. It was actually made with a glow in the dark polymer, but it doesn't work very well. But I repaired it over the Christmas holidays. It's got dents in it, and it's going to go back up. And I'll take the old one that's over there right now, and I'll rebuild it. And I'll always have one to put back up. I've been a little lax lately, trying to figure out how I can make it a little more solid. But you know what? It takes a beating, and I actually kind of enjoy that. I don't care if it gets broken. I can make another one.
Can you stuff some, sorry, I apologize, but can you stuff some candies or some shit in there so that when somebody smacks it?
It's not a piñata.
No,
man. It is not. But I had to get creative, because this rocket design, I didn't design it. I found this online, and it was actually made for rocket motors to go in it. So it's an actual rocket design. So there's a section of it that I had to like drill out and cut paper clips and straighten them and then super glue them in to try and keep that section together, and that's the weak point in it. I may have to eventually work on a fix for that.
Right.
But it takes time.
Yeah, sorry I got quiet there for a little bit, but I have to make a confession. I hit it once, I'm sorry.
Good for you! I wish I had hit it. I haven't hit it yet.
Yeah.
I would love to hit it.
Yeah. I hit it. I took a picture. I did report it. I just didn't say what the source was. Yeah. It's awesome.
I remember the day we put it out, we were like, this is not lasting long at all. The very first one anyway.
Yeah.
And
I think we got 2 weeks out of the first one.
yeah.
But it was not the best assembly.
There you go. Like what? Like is it like plastics? Like, can you get better plastics? Like, what do you expect to like? How long should that rocket? If I hit it again, what's going to happen? Is it going to bust? Is
Oh, yeah.
there better plastic? Like, what do you expect from the durability moving forward with this stuff?
No, it's probably I can do some searching to find a new one, or I could try to design my own. My design skills are pretty still they're basic. I haven't gone too far with that yet.
Right.
I did have my son, who's over in the UK right now. He was doing my initial designs, like the first arrows that we put out. I found a free design online for it, but when we went to hang them, they weren't straight. So I got a hold of my son over in the UK, who was the one that convinced me to get this. And I said, I need a tab on the back so that I can put a hole through it. And when it hangs, it'll hang even. So he was doing my designs for me. And then, actually, he wasn't fast enough for my demands. So I started.
Thanks for all your free help.
Hey,
It
was great, Eric, when I wasn't in a rush. But there's a big time change between here and there too, so that added to it. But my daughter is in Halifax and she's in a architecture program, so I was also able to reach out to her, maybe with the same request to both of them, to see who'd come back first with it. Right. And that's how the arrows started, and then it kept going, and then, believe it or not, I had more demands than they could keep up with, so I actually started designing my own, and that's how I got into the signs. And the ideas just started to flow, and the things that would help make the course better, even if it was just temporary. It's an inexpensive fix.
It's been great, and it's you did come on like a champ, and we plan on getting some more out there. I mean, I think as far as like the arrows on the baskets, the Mando signs, things like that, I think they'll last. I think your question about durability is great. I think they'll be, and the cost to replace them and the ease to replace them is great. Should something go wrong, but I mean, a rocket's over a tower is one thing, but the arrows, the Mandos, I think they're all great. They're fantastic, and it's been a great fix for us and getting people going places. The temporary T-pad signs you did on the funnel and Wisers 3, I mean, there's a whole T-pad sign thing that we have to do with the city. Those were literally just really temporary. So when snow came with the funnel, that the people knew where the T-pad was. But it will be interesting to see how, the fading of those white, specifically with T-sides, if there is any length to.
I was out at Wisers 3, I think, in early November, and I noticed that they were starting to fade already.
Yeah.
But I mean, we were looking for probably a maximum of a year out of them. And if somebody wants to go out and do some arts and crafts, they can clean them up a little bit. Right, Brian?
Absolutely. Well, the best thing was when I told them, I said, we need for Thousand Islands Disc Golf, we need some baskets, ornaments for the Christmas trees for a giveaway. And boy, he was on that like white on rice, man. He was just,
they're cool. They're cool.
I had a lot of fun doing that. But the signs that I made, the original signs we were making, they were in the letters were indented, and they weren't that visible. So I tried using a stencil, or requested my kids to use a stencil design so that they would be straight through the plastic and you could see them better. Yeah. And then one day I accidentally was making my own sign, and I pulled the letters up out of the sign, and I went, "Ooh, that works really well." And then, it went through 7 evolutions before we got to the one that we wanted to use, and then we were just coloring them. But then my son came home at Christmas, and he's looking at them, and he goes, "Ooh, how did you make that, Dad?" And I'm like, proud moment. Yeah. I've surpassed him on something. Sorry, Eric. I can't help it.
You became the master.
No, I haven't. He's still hitting them pretty well over the holidays, and this isn't disc golf. The kids had some Beyblades from way back. Their sister gave them Beyblades to remember the past, and they didn't like the way it was, so they immediately went online and found a Beyblade launcher holder handle. And the next thing you know, my printer's printing these out in whatever color was in it, and they were pulling these Beyblades, which are like spinning tops, with 3D printed handles.
Okay, well, that's not interesting. What is interesting? What is interesting is I met his son Eric over the holidays, and he's a great kid, and he told me what he was studying, and he's in water reclamation.
Okay.
And basically,
Is that what it is?
I'm trying to remember a couple beers deep, but basically, it's the art of taking water from El Pupo,
Okay. Oh,
filtering,
that's where
cleaning.
That's where we're reclaiming from.
That's where we're claiming
okay.
from.
Yeah.
And apparently it's a big deal in Japan already in existence, and so that's the future. But you got that to look forward to.
Hey, it's good on the space shuttle too.
Well, there you go. It exists, right? Absolutely. But anyway, from poop, we move on. But you know,
And that's not interesting.
yeah, exactly.
I'll stay out of this one.
Wait, that one is.
We should thank when we're talking about the signage and stuff like that on the funnel and Wisers 3 is just a quick shout out to Corey Hurl for coming out and using his man muscles and driving those posts in the ground with you and your broken hand at the time, and me running around like a crazy chicken. It was really great to have some muscle out there to really push it in, and you got it done
And
pretty
fast.
super fast, digging the holes
Like,
for the
We couldn't put the signs up quick enough.
It wasn't
to keep
even
up
just
with
the
them.
signs, it was the actual baskets.
Was he like hand digging them? What was going on?
No, we had a post hole digger for the baskets, but
So
in
he
the
has a
city,
PhD.
what's that?
Post hole digger.
Yeah, exactly. It's a disc, right? But the city also let us borrow the pounder.
Oh, nice.
So he just
He
came
knew,
in and
he knew what he was doing.
He did.
I think he let someone else do half a post.
He let Joey do like one half of
Yeah.
it, just to be involved, which is great.
Yeah,
So
that's
thanks, Joey.
That's when we took the picture, I think.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. And the other great thing was a real moment at the end of that was we were just finished putting in the last signs on Wisers 3. I think it was probably hole 9. And we looked over and saw this guy throwing discs, and also he had a bag in his hand.
Right.
And we get close. There's another disc golf player. It's Remy from the school who's his last name I think is Carrier. I could be wrong. I'm sorry. But we ran into him earlier that day, and he and his wife were playing a round of disc golf while we were doing the work. And we said, "Oh, sorry, we're in your way." They said, "No, we're going to go see our daughter. We're just finishing up, whatever." Anyway, so they left, and we kept on what we were doing. But as the twilight was coming, we saw this silhouette of this guy playing disc golf with a garbage bag, and he was literally playing disc golf and picking up garbage. Wiser 3. Yeah.
And not the only time he's done it.
Yeah.
Right.
But- so I mean, you got to gratitude for that
Right.
that extra support.
We're very blessed to have all these wonderful courses, right? And if you do see a chunk of garbage, pick it up, right? And
That's most of my shots.
yeah.
So
Or
don't pick up my discs.
or the rocket after I hit it. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
The
my
rocket.
God,
You know,
the rocket
that-
is too bad. That is so bad.
But that rocket is a scale model from Flyboy 1.
That's right. It is. Absolutely.
There is a reason that rocket went up.
Yeah.
So
And exploded, and then went up, and exploded, and it went up, and
that's
exploded.
what rockets do.
There's a reason that's called Flyboy Canada, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So Flyboy 1 is in Georgia. That is Carlton, Georgia. Kelly Leggett built and designed Flyboy, and it was ranked the #1 course in the world in 2010-2011 area. And back then it was just a disc golf review. I think that was the thing. He has been the reason why Flyboy Canada was created. We've marched through on the same sort of vibe of how he grew the sport of disc golf and worked towards promoting disc golf. But in Canada, we are Flyboy Canada 1, not Flyboy 1. Anything
Right.
else would be
Flyboy Canada 1.
You got it. Or Flyboy Canada anything.
Okay,
There's
cool.
no alterations.
Yeah.
It's not Flyboy 1. That is in Georgia. So
Cool. And when do we go there?
you know what? Greg and I just came back.
Really? Yeah.
We went in April.
Thanks
We
for
had to go to
inviting me.
24.
Appreciate it.
It's-
Didn't
but-
know you then.
Yeah, that's true, right?
But we'll be
Thanks.
talking about that.
Okay.
And I think we'll be there this year.
Yeah. I do like a road trip. You know, we've.
He's in a band and he likes a road trip.
Yeah. But it's
Stretch.
also for disc golf.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm down with that. Let's do that.
We're gonna do it. Hey, so listen, I don't know if you guys have been like heard about this place. I just want I love food. It's awesome. Food is great. But this new place opened up called Press Sandwiches here in Brockville. Opened up this week. Have you heard about it at all?
No, I haven't.
Well, it's like this company out of Alberta or whatever. They opened these couple basketball players. It's a long story. Anyway, this place is like a fantastic sandwich place. They make their own bread daily in house, so they don't have to get it from anywhere else.
Right.
And they have
Like full on make their own bread.
There's
not like
no. It's they buy.
Here's my loaf of frozen.
No, it's full on bread, and there's two sizes of bread, like a regular sliced bread and then an elongated bread. Okay, and it's all like California sandwiches, so everything is like the toppings are amazing, like alfalfa sprouts, whatever, all this
avocado.
stuff. Everything, like everything you could.
Everyone has avocado, sure.
A buddy of mine went in there.
Sprouts.
We went in there this week and tried it out. I got a Cubano, which is like an amazing pulled pork and ham and pickle salad, and he got something called the Boss. Anyway, so they put all this stuff on it. They throw it in a panini press. Comes out, and even a regular size sandwich, freaking it's surprising how filling it is.
Right.
But fresh ingredients, fresh bread.
Because it's loaded and it's fresh. Yeah. Great.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's very reasonable. It's cheaper than Subway. You know what I mean? And that's kind of its direct market. But you know, a brand new. So, but what's interesting about it, what I think is cool about it, aside from the fact that it's a fantastic sandwich and people are just losing their mind about it, is that there are only 20 locations in Canada. So it's a franchise, and there's only 20, and there's only 2 in Ontario. One is here in Brockville, and the other one I think is opening up in London, Ontario. Okay. And we are the most easternly. Because they're basically in a prairie. Yeah, exactly. So you got to get out there and try one of these sandwiches. They're fantastic. I know that Brockville's becoming like a sandwich
Where
mecca.
did they set up in Brockville?
I don't know what do you call it? You know where the Popeyes is, and
Okay, so in the north side of the 401.
yeah, that's right, exactly. But
Uptown.
uptown, exactly. But you got to try it out.
You heard the way I
Fantastic.
said that. Uptown.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a down.
Great place to go. Check it out.
Nice.
That sounds like a plug. It's not. It's just great things. This community is fantastic. Bringing
Agreed.
in
There's
new
a
stuff.
lot of good things here. It's coming back to the area. It started with disc golf and met some more friends, more places to see. Brockville, yeah.
All right, we'll come on. We'll finish off the show. We'll find out what everybody thought was the breakout for them in their game, whether it's whatever it might be for 2024 as we head into 2025.
What if I didn't have a breakout? Oh no.
You're out.
Disc golf, yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. It's great. Let's finish up on reflection of 2024. We're going to have a lot to talk about in 2025, but let's get a foundation of how your year was last year and what your highlights were.
Nice. I'll go first if that's cool. Quick shout out to Beth Steele, because we talked about winter golf today, and she had mentioned the rechargeable hand warmers, which have made my winter rounds great. That's just a quick one, but that's not. Yeah, thanks very much. For me, I think the heart of what we're doing today is about the joy of disc golf, right? So, really connected with so many new people. Existing friendships that I've had have been they've gone another level. I don't want to sound too like hokey or whatever, but it's just been a beautiful year of disc golf, and that was culminated with this. I think it was mid-September. We decided to do a Masters tournament, our usual group, and we started talking about it, and you come up with some ideas. So I went to the thrift store in town, found a beautiful green jacket. It cost me $20, which
Whoa!
I know,
you
like
overspent.
For a green jacket.
I know. Remember going to the thrift store back in the day? Like inflation's really like affected everything. Like that should have
It
cost.
used to be $2.50.
I would have paid $6. This thing cost me $20, man. Anyways,
What was the buy-in?
it was. I think we did have a buy-in, and I think we donated it to the course as well. Flyboy Canada won, which is a beautiful course. But it was like we did it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it was we went for lunch after every time. It was the pictures I have from that whole weekend were they're outstanding. So
It was just you and your
our
closest
usual group.
friend.
There's 6 or 7 of us that play, and everyone was right into it. It was just a fantastic weekend, and it's a tradition that will never.
Shout out who got the green jacket. That's all we want to know.
I won it.
Okay, so this wasn't a real tournament.
So that's why it means so much to me, because
Weirdly,
it wasn't a real tournament.
Yeah.
It was 4 days long, man.
Yeah, but weirdly, it fit perfectly, right?
Yeah. It was 42 long.
That's great, man.
Yeah, no, it was, yeah, and it's like I said, the thing about it is new friends. My friends now, we're doing this on a weekly basis. Like, we're getting together, we're having a lot of laughs, and it's a tradition that we'll do every year. This the green jacket. I'm gonna win it again. I don't care what you guys say.
Well, good luck to you, man.
Thanks, man.
Good luck.
I'm gonna do it.
Are you gonna put patches on it?
Oh yeah,
like each year.
Unfortunately, this year I didn't have much of a budget. It's a Sharpie.
Sharpie.
But there's a patch involved. It's going to be custom. It's going to be beautiful.
Fantastic.
It's a little bit too plaid-y, but whatever. It looks like a Herb Tarlick suit, but
Plaid green.
Yeah. Light plaid.
All right, we need a photograph so we put it on
I will do
the,
that.
on
I will
the
do that.
Facebook
Yeah.
page so everybody can see you in your glory.
I usually put it on every night, so.
By myself.
Yeah. The dogs,
Completely nude.
my dogs love it. Yeah, they think I'm
Well,
awesome.
congratulations on
Thank
winning
you.
your coat.
Thank you. You guys are not invited to the green jacket because you would win it.
I've seen you and your group out playing. You guys are always having fun.
It's it is. It is a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a weekly thing. Yeah. And,
Does that mean you're playing all week long,
well,
you
no, like
play
it's
once a
we
week?
have a Friday regular tea time, Friday afternoon, and we've held it through the winter too. Like I was out there today, same group of guys, no green jacket, but I tied for it.
Fantastic.
Beautiful
man.
year of disc golf.
Good stuff.
Thanks so much, man.
All right, I'll go second. It's been a crazy year. I've got a lot to be grateful for. A lot of wins, achievements. It's been a long 4 years. So it's pretty tough because there's so many people to thank and a lot of volunteers, everything getting Brockville up to where it's going. But for me, I think I have 2 things actually, which I'm really grateful for and happy and proud, I guess. One was being able to get the contract for the Tragically Hip to print and produce the limited edition for their 40th anniversary. We were the first people in Canada to ever sign a deal like that with the recording artists. It was just an amazing experience. Brought me back my days when I worked in the music industry and connected with what I love, and seeing artwork like that on discs is just unbelievable. Wow. Yeah. So that was pretty fantastic. And we still have a few left if anybody's interested. But plug.
I didn't buy them all.
No, not yet, not all, but there's a few kicking around.
It's because you haven't lost any.
Yeah, you're right.
The other thing, that really makes me proud is when we started the effort here, we had constant contact with Michael Sullivan, president of Prodigy Discs, and who's supported everything that's gone on in Brockville. And when I first contacted him, I sent him a letter and I said, this is where I see disc golf in Eastern Ontario and Brockville going. And based on information provided me in December from UDisc, the team at UDisc, Brockville lands in Ontario at number 12 as far as a destination city to go and play disc golf. That has nothing to do with the amount of people who play or scores or anything like that. It has to do with the infrastructure of the design that was set out, which was to get courses, mainland, island, all over. The amount of courses, the types of courses, the infrastructure, even opening the store has an impact on this number. But what it really means is that based on the cities that are involved, Brockville is the Eastern Ontario number one destination, which may be the best number, the only number one we'll get, and we can't compete against Toronto or the section in southeastern Ontario. But yeah, what a win to be able to go back to Kelly at Flyboy, who had the number one course, and to go back to Michael and say, after 4 years, here's where we got. We're seen. It's real. We're the hub of Eastern Ontario. So I'm proud and grateful. Thank everybody who's been involved, volunteers, everybody looking after the courses and just growing the sport and bringing people into the joy of disc golf.
And yours, man. I'm interested to hear this.
I do have a highlight for 2024, and it was a quick planned trip, road trip. I went with Brian, and we committed 10 days. We did 13 states, and we played disc golf in all of them.
Are you guys in a rock band?
No.
Nice.
I tell you, that road trip down to Georgia and back, sipping bourbon in Kentucky in the sunshine with the horses in the background, playing disc golf in, what I called the, I guess it was similar to the movie from with the gopher.
Caddyshack, yeah, that's
Caddyshack. Right. The priest and the Caddyshack. I think we recreated that at this one course. I think it was in Maryland.
It was Maryland, yeah.
Yeah, like we shouldn't have even been out there, but it was our last chance to play in that state. That road trip was incredible, and I've played in a few other places. I've played out east, and all the courses are great. Brockville is great. There's so much variety here to play. Yeah. But that road trip over 10 days, I want to do it again. Yeah. I really do. And, Brian planned it all out for me. Really, all I had to do was drive. It was, great memory. Yeah. Great memory. And Georgia, that's a great place to go and play at Flyboy 1. And they have a big rocket there. Really big. Like way bigger than the one I made.
Kelly treated us really well.
Oh, what a trip. Anyway, I probably have talked too much about this over 2024, but yeah, that was definitely a highlight for me.
Yeah, how could you not? That's this last year we've gone to a few other places, and there's nothing better than a road trip to play disc golf, right? Like being with your pals and you have that destination and you're having all those laughs. So I can't wait for you guys to take me next year. Or this year, sorry.
2025.
Yeah, we're here. We got to start looking at something.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll call you about it tomorrow. You might be interested to know that Kelly's coming back this year.
Ooh.
He's coming back to Brockville.
Is he flying back?
I don't know. We'll see about that. But we're talking, and we're going to get him up here again.
Lovely.
It's been absolutely fantastic chatting with you guys. Let's look forward to a great 2025, and let's close this bag until our next round.
Disc golf, yeah.
Disc golf, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.